Hey y'all. Okay, so this morning, um, it was brought to my remembrance that I had sold my house a couple years ago, um, just because I felt led to do so, and didn't ask God any questions. I was just like, okay, I didn't even hesitate. I didn't ask why. I was just like, all right, I'll sell it, and so sold my house, and sure enough, 3 months later I got laid off from my job. And so, and I was it was a pretty lucrative job. And I I figured, oh, okay, so that's why he wanted me to sell my house, so I could like sustain myself. So by selling that house, I actually um was I mean I got a profit. It was a six-figure profit. Now, had I held on to the house longer, could I have made more? Sure. But for a 23-year-old to invest in a house and to come out with a six-figure profit a few years later, not too bad. So it was brought to my remembrance this morning because I realized that there's just no way I would have been able to be as flexible as I've been in the last year, moving to LA temporarily and then now being in Charlotte. Like, there's no way I would have even entertained the thought of moving if God said move somewhere and I still had a mortgage. Like, there's just no way. There is no way. I would have been like, I don't know. But saying all that to say, there are times where God's going to ask you to do something and it's not going to make sense in the moment. um Give it a couple years. It'll eventually make sense. And sometimes there are things that are not supposed to make sense and you won't know until you get to heaven. But just saying all that to say that it's interesting a few years later seeing why, or one of the reasons why, there could be more to it. But it's just interesting to see the why behind he has you do some stuff that just in the moment doesn't make sense. And then at the same time, I believe I was supposed to buy a house out here eventually. I didn't pray on it really. It wasn't an instruction. It was almost like an afterthought. And to me that doesn't make sense because I'm not in a position to buy anything right now. Well, on paper it doesn't look like I can buy anything. And I'm only supposed to be here temporary until I go to law school next fall. And so it doesn't make sense for me to buy anything. Again, I haven't prayed about it to see if or was I given any instruction, because the only instruction I was given was to rent out a specific place later on in the month until I leave here. But it was kind of like an afterthought that I received, so I'm gonna get more instruction. But I wanted on record that I said today, I don't know what today is, October 31st, that he may want me to buy something here eventually while I'm here. And again, that doesn't make sense, but hey, we'll find out in the future if that was instruction, if that's something I should do, and the why later. So have a great rest of your October, and yeah, happy Sunday.